Is Jasmy even worth it? Personally, for me, I think it is. And even though that isn't financial advice, I want to go over several reasons why I believe that Jasmy is worth it. First of all, I do believe that Jasmy is amazing. Jasmy is focused on data democracy. And what that basically means right there is that Jasmy is trying to revolutionize the data storage industry through decentralization. Through the use of blockchain technology, Jasmy can create a more decentralized and more democratic use of data, where individuals can store their own data in a safe and secure manner. And here's the thing, Jasmy, in my opinion, is extremely regulated. I think it's very secure. In fact, Jasmy is the first ever cryptocurrency to ever become legally compliant in Japan, which I think is something to behold because that is no easy task. In fact, right, in order for a cryptocurrency to even become legally compliant in Japan, it first has to go through the Japanese Financial Services Agency, and they have extremely strict regulations. So the fact that Jasmy, again, right, is even able to become legally compliant, I think truly speaks volumes as to just how fantastic they are. A random nonsense crypto project wouldn't have been able to achieve this. But I think that Jasmy is very special, and that is why it is legally compliant in Japan. I think it is truly something else. And also, let's not forget, the representative director of Jasmy, and as well as its chief operating officer, are both former top Sony executives. They have a lot of work experience in Sony, and they are bringing that over to Jasmy. And I think that right there is amazing. Jasmy is clearly being led by individuals who are clearly professionals, and they have a lot of real-world business experience. Leadership, in my opinion, is extremely important. As the old saying goes, the fish rots from the head down. I think everything starts from the leader. And I do believe that Jasmy is being led by the right people. Furthermore, something that gets me very enthusiastic about Jasmy is the fact that I believe that they are focused on the right industry. As we all know, Jasmy is focused on the data storage industry. And when it comes to the data storage industry, I do believe that it has such incredible potential. And let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, if we take a look at this, we will see that the data storage industry is actually projected to be worth over $770 billion over the next 7 years, which I think is a very staggering statistic. I think that if anything just visualizes how much potential the data storage market has. And I do believe that moving forward, as the data storage industry continues to grow, so will amazing projects much like Jasmy that are focused on the data storage industry. And personally, the way I view it is that Jasmy has such an excellent risk to reward ratio for me. And what I mean by that is when I take a look at Jasmy, by me buying Jasmy right now, the way I take a look at it is that I am not risking to lose that much in order to potentially gain a lot in the future. And let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, if we take a look at Jasmy, Jasmy just going to the price of 10 cents is already around a 25x from here, which I think is insane. However, on the flip side, do I think that Jasmy can go, around 25 times lower in price from where it is right here, right now? I don't think so. I just don't think that's possible. Yeah, sure, if I'm buying Jasmy right now, the price could go down. You just never know. But the way I view it is that the room for growth for Jasmy greatly outweighs its potential downside. I think that if anything, Jasmy is much closer to a bottom than it is a top. I think that the ceiling for Jasmy is very far away, and I think that the floor is very close. However, besides that point, I would also like to mention how when it comes to Jasmy, I do believe that it is heading in the right direction. For example, if we take a look at this, Jasmy already has over 10 major partnerships already, which I think is very amazing, especially when I consider just how relatively young Jasmy is. Despite its young age, it has been able to accomplish so much already. And I think that's very fantastic. And also, let's not forget, Jasmy is currently listed in over 40 different exchanges. So when I see something as fundamentally as amazing as Jasmy, with that much room for potential growth, and yet not that much room for potential downside, how can I not scoop up more and more Jasmy? I think that Jasmy is such a no-brainer pick for me. And of course, that is not an invitation to buy, sell, or trade cryptos. And again, that is not financial advice, but that's just my opinion, and that's the way I view it. And that is why I am continuing to scoop up more and more Jasmy. All I am doing right now is preparing myself for the next bull run by constantly and consistently dollar cost averaging into Jasmy. I think that Jasmy during the next bull run could really surprise a lot of people. And if you want to know my price predictions for Jasmy in 2025, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.